Much for the kind words, guys. We are so excited to be with you on this epic Super Saturday. In fact, it's my understanding this is the first time we've ever done a National Super Saturday as a company, right? Well, this is so huge. And we are, obviously you guys can see the cast of characters we have on here today, but this is the Moving Fast panel, right? And in fact, I just found out that I am the longest tenured Legal Shield associate, which is crazy because I've only been in 17 or 18 months. Look at everybody laughing. But it just shows, guys, that this company loves speed. It loves energy. You don't have to be here 10, 15, or 20 years to break records, to climb to the highest ranks, right? And we're going to go around real quick and hear everyone's quick story before we jump in. Alex and Jackie, I'll turn it over to you guys.
Awesome. Well, we're really excited to be on the Momentum Love Speed panel. And we literally started Legal Shield about 11 months ago. Mm-hmm. My husband has a background with boxing and photography. I have a background as a PR strategist. And literally when we first started, and Marty may joke about it, I was like, no, this is not for us. We don't have time. And it was a matter of going to the national convention and really seeing the vision. And 30 days later, less than 30 days later, we became executive directors. We became platinum executive directors less than 6 months later. And it's just been incredible to be a part of what we're up to.
I want to make sure everybody heard that. Platinum executive directors 6 months later, guys. Absolutely insane. Luke and Tamar, I'll turn it over to you guys next.
Yes, we are really excited too. We are in Quebec, Canada. So it's a pleasure. We are in Quebec. The company has launched like October 2019. So we were like, wow, this is great because we have never heard about that before. My background is in insurance. I'm a broker in insurance, and Luke is an engineer in computer science. So since at end of October, we started to do this business, like 8 months later, so we became silver. Executive director, which is really awesome, and we are fired up about this. What is going on in Quebec?
Yes, a great organization. 10 EDs in our organization, and 5 new EDs this month.
Wow, I love it. Love your energy too, guys. Mr. Blake Corey, my good friend, I'll turn it over to you next, sir.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on here. This is truly a panel of all-stars. I'm so excited to be able to talk to everyone today and listen at the same time, really about momentum and speed. But yeah, I'm in Southern California. I have a real estate company here. And it's funny because I got turned on to Legal Shield as a product to add to my existing real estate practice. But when I saw all the amazing things that it did, I got connected with you and Brian, and then you showed me what could be on the business side. And I was like, I had to get involved in it. It was something that I just didn't have in my life, the type of income possibilities it could get. And here, 5 months after coming on board, I'm a silver executive director. And the best part is, I think for me, I have other executive directors and senior directors underneath me that are some of my closest friends. And we get to change lives together each and every day. So it's been just an amazing experience over the last 5 months, and super excited what the next 12 months is going to bring as as I continue to strive. I'm learning from Marty on here and others that it's like, what is it going to take to get to platinum? So I'm super excited to hear this panel speak.
I love it, man. Absolutely love it. One key thing you said there is once you see it, you can't unsee it. We joke about that in our organization all the time, guys, and that's the great thing about this company. Mr. Noah, I will turn it over to you, sir.
Awesome. Thanks, Aaron. This is amazing. This is amazing to be one of this panel because now after 4 months in the business, I'm silver director because of the vision of this business. The vision just to give access to the people. That is already something everyone needs here in Canada, actually in Alberta. I'm a pastor. My background, I'm a pastor. I'm leading the church. And now for about 20 years. So, but just 4 months later in this business, I am where I could not be some years ago. So just in 4 months. And today we are going to share and listen what all these leaders has to say.
I love it. Absolutely fantastic. And we're going to go over to Marty and Ezra Nguyen, who probably need no introduction, guys. You'd have to be hiding under a Legal Shield boulder if you don't know their names. It's funny, a little side note, by the way, every time I think I'm doing well in this business, I call Marty and Ezra, and they bring me back down to reality, right? They've absolutely knocked it out of the park. I'll turn it over to you two guys.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Browning, for all that you do. And let me tell you something, nothing helps and nothing works without the team, right? But just to sit back in here 4 months and 5 months, 11 months, and we've been in leadership now, guys, 15 months. It's amazing what's going on. Our background is in sports and entertainment as well as real estate. I was a sports entertainment boxing promoter. My wife was a 5-time world championship fighter, just got inducted to the Hall of Fame. So we're excited about that. But one thing I will share with you guys very quickly, what got us involved in Legal Shield was not just the services. We understood the importance of having foundational income, right? I always say you have that foundational slab, and then everything above that slab is transactional. And when things like pandemics happen, everything shuts down, but this company still continues to pay you. And we have something that's going to continue to enlighten lives and increase abundance when it comes to cash flow for a lot of people around the world. So, man, we're just excited, man, for what's about to happen, and we're excited about this panel.
I love it. Absolutely love it. Guys, so we're going to jump right in. I'm going to challenge everyone listening right now to get a notepad. We have a limited window, and I've already been teased on what's about to come, guys. They're about to drop bombs, and they're going to go fast. So take lots of notes, lean in, and get ready, guys. Awesome, guys. So Alex and Jackie, we're going to turn it over to you guys real quick. Earlier today, we were talking about the 30-day push, and I absolutely love this concept. Can you guys elaborate and touch on that a little bit and what you guys are doing in your organization?
Absolutely. So I'll just share with you that what I'm going to talk about really has been the impetus between us being able to help 15 other people become executive directors over the last 3 to 4 months. And part of it is just making up your mind and deciding that you're going to go for it. I always kind of tease people, if you are in a plane and you're about to jump out and you don't have a parachute and you're just given a needle and thread, are you going to say, no, I don't want to jump out the plane, or are you going to build the parachute on the way down? And so part of what we encourage people to do is just make up their mind that they're going to go for it and just get it done. And so part of it is starting the month off just thinking, okay, what's needed for us to go executive director? What's the exact number? Do I still need to have managers on my front line? And just doing whatever it takes over a 30-day period. I always tell people they can take 3 years to go ED, or they can take 30 days to go ED. And it's making up their mind and actually just doing everything that it takes, hitting it like a maniac on a mission in order to be able to finish and cross the finish line.
Yeah, I love that. Absolutely love that. Anyone else want to add anything on that?
Yeah, well, I'll say this, man. You know, I'm going to touch a little bit on this, but just what Jackie just said, just making up your mind. Right? I remember when Jackie first started, I said it a little earlier, but, you know, she had made up her mind. She didn't know she made up her mind, but she had made up her mind for her husband that he's going to do this because she's busy. We were all busy. We were brand new in the business. And it's amazing that it doesn't take a lot. It can take that first check, that first presentation, that first webinar, whatever it is, to switch you on. And when you got that information, guys, you can't unsee this thing. And I know that exactly what happened with Jackie and Alex, man. I'm just so proud of them and what they're doing.
I love you. I'm going to add something too, and I haven't shared this with anybody. Jackie and Alex, I live in our market where Marty and Israel are as well. I remember the first time I met you guys at a Super Saturday in Maryland, you had brought 2 of your kids, I believe. And I remember my wife was there, and I knew instantly you guys were going to break records. I knew it because you didn't let not having a babysitter, I think someone canceled, you guys said, stop you from coming. So you guys took shifts of going out into the lobby and coming out with the information and like exchanging notes. Yeah. And that's what this is all about, guys. They made a line in the sand that they were going to do this, and they stuck through it.
Yeah, and I'll just say that, you know, I'm pregnant, I'm expecting another child, and I think a lot of times people use the same reason why they want to do something for the reason that holds them back from doing something. And I believe there's so many people that have painted the line of hitting ED in 30 days, or hitting whatever they want to hit in 30 days, that all you got to do is borrow the best practices and go for it.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah. Luke and Tamar, we're gonna go your way next. I know that you guys were teasing earlier about the fundamentals of tap rooting and how it's really allowed you guys to explode your organization. I'd love for you guys to open up and share that with the panel.
Yeah, yes, it's really, really exciting. Each time that we sit with someone, we show this person the big picture. And then we plant the seed in their mind. You come here just to be an associate, not to be a new manager. You come here because this starts at 80s. And when we are 80s, is a plateau, then to bring all the people to go. So what we do, this seed that we have to plant into their mind, and then we do private Zoom for them, you know. So you say, gather your best people that you know are leaders in your surrounding. They'll gather them, and then we do our best. We give our very best as if it was for us. for them to see the opportunity and then start thinking that there will be ED, and while in the process that they're doing their run, they are already developing another one. So the month after, boom, other comes.
Wow. Love it. It's something you just said that I literally am taking notes. By the way, you're on the right panel when you're taking notes while you're on the panel.
Yep, absolutely.
That's great. I'm over here trying to make eye contact, trying to be professional. You're just trying to jot down. Hopefully I can read my handwriting. I love that you were specific with your language there. You were talking to the new associate and said, go grab your best people. Go grab your leaders. Right? Our team always talks about recruiting up. Like I want people in an organization way better than me. And I love that you're specific with that language from the start. I think that's super, super powerful. Anybody else have anything on that one?
Yeah, I also, I'm going to go off of what she said about tap rooting as well. As far as our organization is concerned, we work with people down under people. There's always a superstar there that can light a fire under somebody that might not be moving just as much as we want them to. So we tap root, we go down and we find somebody, we see what they're looking for, what their why is, why they got involved in the business, and then just work with them. And then that'll light a fire under somebody that's above them so that, they'll actually catch fire. And we had that happen in our organization. One friend of ours we put in the organization, we put somebody under her and that person caught fire. And then a few months later, she called talking about, I don't know what's happening, but I want to be involved now.
Love it.
Yeah.
By the way, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say the best way to create momentum in your organization is that, I've had people in different legs that see another person who's excited and moving and they're like, wait, how did they create it? And so I think sharing that excitement across your organization is another way to really get people to wake up and move and create momentum.
Sorry, go ahead.
There is one thing that which is really important that we notice in the organization. When someone arrives to a point, then you gather all the people, then you do like a recognition, but saying thankful time for the people who brought them to this level. So the other people see that, wow, because they know they joined this person and they say, oh, she's there, he's there. So you say, who's next? So this can be you. And it is not a matter of who the character, it's just not about the personality of the person. Everybody can do that because it's a system that we run, So everybody gets the fire and they say, oh, I'm next. And then, oh, can you do this for me? Can you help me? And it goes and goes and goes.
Yep.
You got to find people to run with you, man. Aaron, you and I talk about that all the time. You have to put people around you that raise your standard of excellence. Recently, the Michael Jordan documentary that was on ESPN, it talked about, he always went up against the best competition, always striving to be better each and every day. And I think that's one thing that when you're coming into this business, you have to put in your mindset. You got to bring in the people who, I think Darnell said it, that are going to be the presidents of your company. The people that are going to push you to the absolute limit, the people who are going to run with you.
Love it. Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the things that we do also is in 24 hours, when we sign them up, in 24 hours, they're doing their fast start training. It's not the third day, but in 24 hours, when we sign them up, within 15, 20 minutes, we signing them up for the fast start training. We're telling them what the fast start training is going to be, what time it's going to be. We don't let them make that choice. We make that choice for them so that they are on it, taking the fast start training. As soon as they finish taking the fast start training, we have a game plan for them so that they can get their money back, what they spend, the investment back. So that's one of the things that we also do.
Love it. Hopefully you guys are picking up, by the way. The speed and momentum is in every facet of what these leaders are doing, right? The speed to fast start, they don't need 20 days like everyone else, right? They're doing it 24 hours. Guys, pick up on that. Blake, we're going to go your way next, man. Yeah. I know, obviously, Blake's in our organization, absolute runner. Something their team does really, really well is this 3-step welcome process. And I'd love for you to open up on that if you don't mind.
Yeah, absolutely. Every time we talk about that, I don't know about you, but I get that song just stuck in my head. Again, give me 3 steps. And that's exactly that theme. I know. I'm aging the type of music that I listen to, but nonetheless, it's that 3-step process that our team continues to recite over and over and over again, which is when a new associate's coming on, immediately getting them on a 3-way welcome phone call. And A lot of times we think a three-way call is there to close the deal or handle objections, but no, even someone who's just coming onto the team, introducing them to another, I always like to say, core foundational member of our organization, that they can welcome them to the team. And that's just a few moments, but it's someone else coming in and giving them some direction on what to do. All right, now we got to get you signed up for your Fast Start class, and we need to get a game plan interview scheduled. I'll go ahead and do that for you, or whoever's doing game plan interviews in your organization. Getting that scheduled within the next 12 to 18 hours to make sure you continue to keep that momentum. Because that three-step process consists of that three-way welcome call, the game plan interview, and the private Zoom call launch. Those are the 3 steps, and making sure they're done as quickly as possible. So like we were talking about, instead of needing 21 days to go Fast Start just for senior associate, you're knocking out all the bonuses within the first 3 to 5 days, getting all that bonus money coming in. And so that 3-step process is really, really important, because I've seen it in our organization before, Aaron, that new associates come on and they're not connected to anybody but the sponsor. And at that point in time, 24 hours goes by, they try to recite something to a friend of theirs, to their family, and instantly rejection. Instantly, oh no, this isn't, you don't want to get involved in that. You don't want to sell that. Create self-doubt. And what happens? They go right into witness protection. So to continue to keep that speed and momentum going, you've got to make sure that they're connected in with your organization, and 3 steps are taking place within that first 3, let's call it 3 to 4 days. Welcome, 3-way phone call with an upline. I always say executive director, if you can get them on the phone. If not though, just a core foundational member, senior manager or manager. Then from there, game plan interview is completed, and then private Zoom call launch. Getting those 3 things done increases the speed and momentum of your organization and just helps starting top people faster, getting them paid, which gives them the belief system that, man, Legal Shield is the real deal, and I can't wait to build a career out of this. So that's our 3 steps that we continue to do all the time, and that's helped us grow and create more executive directors in just the first 60 to 90 days of being inside of Legal Shield.
Love it. Love it. I'm going to open it up because I'm sure someone has something to add. I know everyone here does PZCs at a really high level and doing welcome calls in a similar fashion. Anybody else have anything to add?
Yeah, man, welcome calls is everything. You know, Mr. Self drives that home like more than anything. He drives that home because it's important. It's important that the people that we bring into the opportunity knows there's someone else of leadership that they can connect into, right? I mean, that was very important for me, and I have experience within the industry, but it was great to know that I can have opportunity to speak to Mr. Self, but also Mr. Humes, Mr. Brian Carruthers. That was important for that 3-way call. So everyone should do it. I think we drop the ball sometimes there. I know I do as a leader. And that's a beautiful thing. You can still be platinum and still drop the ball and still make $350,000. How unbelievable is that, right? But I'm trying to get better at that because I know the importance that if you drive the behavior from the beginning, then it duplicates throughout the organization. So welcome call is right on point.
Yeah, sometimes people just need to hear a different voice other than your own, you know, so that because some people are friends and family, they know you, they know your background, they know your history. So they need to hear from somebody else that's been successful maybe in the business that, you know, they can hear from, that it's not just you that they've known all their life.
I love that. Go ahead.
Go for it. I was going to say, I love the fact that Mr. Wynn just also talked about the fact that you can get results without being perfect. And I think one of the things that slows down momentum is being in your head and being in perfection. And so, you know, really just focusing on progress, not perfection, is a great way to create momentum.
Love it. Love it. You know, really good tips on the welcome call. A lot of that was from the new associate's perspective. I'll add a layer that Mr. Self, in fact, he taught me this on a boat with Marty when I met him last summer. The welcome call from a leader perspective is a great tool to identify talent. Yeah. Right. And that's huge, guys. Like we're all talent scouts, right? Whether you like the title or not, I'm trying to lock arms with those who want to run, like Blake said earlier. And if I can identify that on a 5-minute welcome call, oh my gosh, guys, it's game over. Game over. Anyone have anything on that? Okay, cool. Noah, we're going to go your way next, man. I know earlier today you were talking about follow-ups and what your organization is doing at a really high level, and I'd love for you to share that with the masses here today as well.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Adam. I want to just to share some of the keys that brought my team this momentum on speed that we may in 4 months have about 462 associates in my organization in 4 months, and the 7 ADs in my 4 months in the business. Is these 2 keys that we have used is number one, follow-up. When you sign up somebody is fired up, he knows this is amazing service that Legal Shield has. But if you don't keep in touch with that person, you're going to lose it. Because what is true, that person doesn't have just a Legal Shield to do in life. Legal Shield is coming as an add-on because he's busy already. But if you don't keep on touch with that person, you're going to lose him. He may be potential builder, big builder, but he needs your touch. The second thing we do is 3-way call. 3-way call is so powerful because it creates a sense of family. Whoever that you are helping to build up his own organization, because the approach is everything in this business. We have different kind of approach. Now, when you are doing 3-way call, your associate will know and learn sometime how to approach, the way you present, the way you talk. So you are establishing the style because Legal Shield is giving us already good tools, but it's up to you how you are using it. How do you present them? How do you approach your prospect? Mm-hmm. So follow-up is the key to create that momentum. Follow-up is the key to create the sense of family. 3-way call is the foundation of big organization. In 4 months, you can make it if you keep following up with your people. In 4 months, you can make it if your people will learn how to approach. This is what I had to share with you guys.
Wow, I have goosebumps. Well, one thing that just, I mean, really, I never thought of the 3-way call in this nature is that, and it's true, I'm looking back on what you're saying, it creates that family, that bond, because you just gave of your time and you're not only teaching and everything else, but it's that mutual, respect that you now have. I'm looking back at the people I did a lot of 3-way calls with. We are really, really close. And I never thought about it through that lens. I absolutely love that. Anyone else have a comment?
Yeah, I can speak on follow-up. This gentleman by the name of Raymond, I started talking to him before, like 3 months before he signed up to Legal Shield from December of last year, 2019. And he didn't sign up till March, I think it's March 10th. And 43 days later, he became an ED. And 2 months later, he's popping 3 EDs this month. This month, he's popping 3 EDs. And it's because I followed up with him. When I called him the first time, we talked about it a little bit, but he didn't want to hear it. Then I called him again. We talked about it. He didn't want to hear it. Now I had to put my foot down. I said, hey, look, I've been talking to you for 2 months about this. Come on, man. It's either you're going to sign up or you're not. Let's talk about it. Then he gave me a time to call him back. And he did not show up. He didn't pick up the phone. So I kept on following up. Then he called me back and said, you know what? I'm going to sign up. And when he signed up, within 43 days, he became an ED.
Yeah, because it built like a sense of, so you have a stronger recruit in your organization who's ready to move with speed when you follow up with that level of conviction and that level of perseverance. It's like he saw the vision before he even got started. So when he got started, he was ready to move like lightning.
Love it. Alex, what I love about what you just said was your posture. Your posture came out. I mean, you could tell. I mean, you want to shake him. Like, why are you not seeing what we're seeing? Like, let's go. Marty always says that.
Yeah, let me give you one more follow-up. The best follow-up in Legal Shield is Darnell following up after 21 years with this one right here. That was the follow-up right there.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, enough said. Mic drop on that one. Well, on that, Marty and Ezra, we're gonna head your way to close this thing up, and obviously I talked to both of you guys a lot. You guys are so inspiring to not only your organization but Sidelines, other organizations. I mean, you guys are just killing it. Something I always hear you guys talk about, and you're consistent with this language as well, is the power of 3. Yeah. And I would love for you guys to share your wisdom on that.
Sure. Well, consistency is everything. And it's funny. I'm sitting here taking down these notes because I think it's very important that we understand that we're building a multi-million-dollar business before you ever get to the $1 million. And people open up brick and mortars and they give their landlord a $5,000 deposit and they show up at the front door of that brick and mortar with nothing in it, and they brainstorm and they dream about what the paint's going to look like, where the cash register is going to be, and they make their first dollar and they're already still in debt. Whereas here in Legal Shield, you just follow a system that I'm not going to say that we've put in place, but the system is the system, right? It's system driven, not people driven. And so when we get involved, there's 3 things we do very quickly. We do webinars very quickly. I'm talking about webinars within the first 24, 48 hours, right? And I'm not telling you to reinvent the wheel. I just know that 3 people is easier to find than it is 100 people, right? So we do webinars, number 1. Then you hear me talk about the power of 3, but you also hear me talk about the power of 7, the power of 5, or 5, 3, 5, 7, right? I talk about that. I speak about knowing your numbers, right? So let me speak about that a little bit. So when you hear me speak about the power of 3, I'm already brainstorming 3 frontline individuals means you can never go manager unless you got 3 frontline. That's the power of 3, all right? The power of 5 means bonus driven. I'm gonna speak about that very quickly. And then the power of 7 means requalification to executive director. So power of 3 means this. If you know 3 people that you can put on your front line, you know you can't get the manager, you have to understand your core rank, right? So if I get my 3 people on my front line by doing a webinar, obviously, those 3 people can know 3 people, right? That's 12 people in my organization. That's the power of 3. So I can sign 3 people today or get 3 people that I know in the business today or talk to 3 people today without ever getting them in the business. But as I speak to 3 people, before I even do a webinar, I say, who are the 3 people that you know that I don't know? And then we do a meeting. So I got 3 people that I'm going to speak to. They're going to invite 3 people. That's 12 people, and I've never done a webinar. Then finally, when I do a webinar for the 3, it end up being 12 before I do the webinar, right? That's the power of 3. I'm going a little fast because we only got a little bit of time.
I love it.
The power of 5 means this. The core rank is manager. But if I teach 5 people how to run the manager, me personally, because I actually enrolled these 5 individuals, and I teach them how to go to senior associate within the first 20 days. But my goal is not senior associate. My goal is manager, because I want to be able to make their minimums their maximums, right? So their minimum is not senior associate. The minimum is manager, because that's all I teach is manager. I don't teach senior associate. So now for my EDs that are listening, if you're running to ED, we have a gentleman by the name of Mr. Lloyd Irvin, who I signed up back in June. He didn't do anything, but when the pandemic hit, he started to get involved because his martial arts school closed down. So here we are. He hits this position in 33 days. He's about to break 2 executive directors from what I'm about to teach you guys, because hitting ED is one thing, staying there is another. So we must understand the power of PC Pro. You didn't hear me say PC. PC Pro. PC Pro is 180. Power is 7. That's $1,260. If everyone on your team, 7 people on your team, right, got PC Pro, $180. That's $1,260. If you add yourself, that's another $180. That's $1,440 without signing anybody up, just services. So that's a requalification, knowing your numbers. And so I try to teach my team, yes, I want you to look at PC Pro because there's a module on LS Engage that shows us we're PC Pro, but every month we must bring in a brand new 180, because what we did last month, because there's a rollover, it doesn't matter. What I did in June doesn't matter in July. I need a brand new 180. My 7 individuals need a brand new 180. My 7 get 180, I get 180, 1440. I'm requalified. Now, if I teach that, 7 people, teach 7 people, that's 49 people. What would your premium look like? Ours this month was $33,557.
Can you say that one more time? I want to make sure everyone heard that. what was it?
$33,557. 77. And a lot of that has to do with Jackie and Alex's organization. Yes. You always want to recruit bigger and better than you.
Yeah. So I will just say on that note, and I think this is probably true of everyone that's on this panel, is like connection really is currency. Like Mr. Wynn is connected to his numbers, but he's also connected to his team. And I know for us, like the people that have gone ED, they've been in connection with us. Like we talk to them every day. And if it was not for that, we wouldn't be able to have the speed that we would have. I mean, who has time to be like, oh, I'll connect with you later this week to see how you're doing on your goals or how you're doing on your ED run. Mm-hmm. It's like every day, multiple times a day, we use apps and, you know, things like that to stay in constant connection so that we know exactly where they are. It's not a guess the momentum that's happening in our organization. It's like I've got my finger on the pulse right now, like how much premium we've done, how many recruits we've done, how big our building bonus check is going to be. It's like I know because I've got my finger on the pulse. I'm not waiting till tomorrow to talk to someone or get back to someone or do something. And that's a key piece of the urgency that it takes to really create speed.
Yeah, and then also when we talk about knowing your numbers, you don't only know your own numbers, but you know your team's numbers too, to help them hit their goals and hit their milestones.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, that's really true. And that's what build relationship with our key people.
Yes.
It's really important to learn to know them, talk to them every day, plant the seed in their mind, not only the seed to become an executive director, but we are doing planting this seed to become a platinum. It's really the focus, the target where we are working on that. Yes.
I love it. I love it. Guys, hopefully everyone watching today got massive, massive value. I'm going to ask you guys a favor because I know I got value from it, right? Now I'm just a fly on the wall. Let your leadership team know that you want round 2 of this panel, right? We would love to come back. I just put them all out there. They can't take it away now. But we could do this for hours, guys, and you guys could sit here and learn from the best of the best. I want to thank all of you guys for spending today with us. I appreciate you opening up and pouring into the company as a whole, and for all the leadership that you guys do to everyone as well. And Mr. Thompson, I'm going to turn it back over to you, my friend. We will talk soon. Bye, guys.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, at the introduction of this show, I said we were going to have some incredible training. And I think all of you just experienced some of that incredible training. I mean, the information that was just shared, I want to just thank everyone that participated in that panel, because these are the associates that are making it happen right now. I mean, these are the names that you're seeing on the leaderboard week in and week out on the leadership show, because they are building incredible businesses right now. And the nuggets that they just shared on how to duplicate their success. I mean, what other businesses are there where people say, hey, I'm having all this success, but now let me show you exactly how I did it. And they shared exactly what they're doing, how they're moving quickly, the urgency in which they're building their business. So it is certainly an exciting time to be with Legal Shield. And that's just a sampling, really, of the success stories that we have that are building big right now.